Hi, I'm Terry Kimball, President and CEO of the Chandler Chamber of Commerce, and I have City Council candidate AJ Kurdoglu. Thank you so much for joining me, AJ.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
well, I think it's important. I want people to know why you chose to run for City Council.
Terry, I'm a Chandler resident for more than 20 years. I moved to actually Arizona from Istanbul, Turkey, and I came here after college. I finished Thunderbird, get my master's degree, and then I realized that I already love the state, its people, and I always say this, it's dry heat like today. So I made Arizona home, and East Valley actually, and that of course creates its own issue, like you have to go through the immigration process. So it took me about 13 years to become a proud US citizen. I persisted. It's a very emotional journey, I must say, with ups and downs, stressful, but I became a proud US citizen.
Congratulations.
And thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful day that I got that. I always call it like a diploma, but it's a naturalization papers at the downtown federal courthouse. It's a wonderful feeling, even though I was living here for so many years, 13 plus. Uh, it makes you love this country even more. And during that time, of course, I started my business. I'm a small business owner in the community. I met the love of my life. She's a public school teacher. I'm so grateful for her and everything that we share. And we purchased our home in Chandler together. We're working. And Chandler is not just a city for me where I just live. This is where I built my house, built my business, built my family. So it is practically, you can say that it's an American dream that I realized here. And that's the reason I'm excited to be here and run the city that provided everything to me. And I want to give the community, the rest of our neighbors, a better chance for them to realize their own dream, because where you live makes a difference. I always say that. And if you live in a place that provides safe neighborhoods, affordable neighborhoods, if you live in a city that provides support for local and small businesses, not just the big corporations, but everyone else, and if you live in a community that provides good education for your family, for your kids, and for yourself even, and you have a better chance to thrive and to reach your potential, to reach your own American dream. And that's the reason I'm in this race.
So you mentioned a number of items in there, because the second part of my question was, what unique perspectives or experiences do you have that really kind of set you apart from the other candidates? I know you touched on a
I
lot.
touched on it. Yeah, I go back to that. I bring a fresh perspective to this race and to the council. Uh, I am, again, an immigrant, a first-generation American. I'm an engineer by training. I have an MBA. But more importantly, I'm a small business owner who works and live in this community. And those are the experiences that I will bring to the council race.
Love that. So let's talk a little bit about how you've adequately prepared yourself to run for council, because you just don't jump into a race. What are those steps you've taken?
Well, I've been the member of the community, as I said, for so many years. I'm actively involved in the local affairs for more than 12 years now. And this is not my first run. I did run before for office. I was a candidate for Arizona State Senate a few years back. So I am familiar with the running process per se. But the reason actually this year I am running is basically my community supported me. I've been asked so many times, it is time for you to bring your life experience, your unique vision. And I also say that my work ethic, I'm proud of it. You're not going to see any other candidate work harder than me or council member. I say that. And that's the reason I'm running,
Okay.
because of the community asking to do it. And I know that I have qualities that I can make a difference.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that because you talked about the community supporting you. How do you foster a positive working relationship with the business community and the Chandler Chamber?
Again, going back to being a small business owner myself, a business creates pretty much everything, the jobs, the income for the community. That's all related. So the business, the chamber, I should say, and our city council should work, how do you say it, like hand and glove, to create an environment in our city so we'll bring it, that it's attractive for people to come, not just live here, but also invest, start businesses, bring their own big businesses, so that we can thrive as a community. So every decision that we should take, I mean the council should take, should be from that perspective. Is it business friendly? Is it making it easier for our community to thrive? Is it best for Chandler?
Love that. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay,
And
don't go into hot pot. Easy.
our city has over $1 billion budget. What in your background gives you experiences to handle a budget of that size?
Well, I wish my business had that kind of a budget, but this is the important part, I would say. Again, I've been running a business for 20 years, and I survived 2008 financial crisis. And I thought that, okay, this is a badge of honor for you, AJ. This is it. Then here comes the COVID. And I'm still here as a small
Another
business
badge of
owner.
honor.
Another badge of honor, not that I was looking for it, I must say, but here you go, I have both. Again, I survived those as a small business owner, and I do retail, actually, and it is hard when you do that against big corporations and everything. So the important part that I manage, so I know how every single, not dollar, but penny is important. That's number one. And the second thing is that money that you're talking about, it is not the city's or council's money, it is trusted to them. It's people's money. So I will be like a hawk, make sure that every dollar that city spends brings the most, I'll throw in business term, ROI, return on investment, but also let's not waste any dime. That's really important for me. I'm passionate about it. Let's not waste people's money for frivolous stuff.
So, what attributes will you bring to the Chandler City Council from a business perspective?
Thanks.
Attributes or characteristics that you're going to bring to the Chandler City Council? Obviously, you have your finance component.
Yeah,
Are
I
there
do.
anything else that's important to you that you'll bring?
And I'm a small business owner. I think that's important. I always felt, as I mentioned, the COVID time, during 20 years of doing business, I felt the very first time that government, city, state, doesn't matter, overall, government I thought, felt like they tried to help without throwing hurdles and setbacks towards your way when you ask for help. They were open and quick to help people. First time I helped, I felt that, and that's important. I always feel like big businesses, God bless them, I love them. They bring a lot of power to the community. They are very important, but also small businesses, family businesses with handful of employees, they are important. And I want to be their champions at the city council. I'll be working with you a lot. I will individually reach out to them to hear about them, and that's one of my promise. I'll be out in the community every single day, like I am, and hear their issues and bring back to you, to the council, and how we can make it a little bit better every day.
I love that.
That's how I look at it.
So let's talk a little bit about that in collaboration. And this is kind of two-part. How do you collaborate? And then how do you utilize that ability to strengthen community partnerships for the betterment of Chandler?
I would say that's, again, I go back to what I mentioned earlier. It's about the communication. It's about showing up, reaching out, because when you're especially a small business owner like myself, you don't have time. You don't have time to come chamber events, reach out to council, or hire offices out there, government offices, I should say. So you need to be reached. It should come to you. That makes it easier, because as a small business owner, we do everything. Like, I am the CEO, I am the guy who cleans the office, I am the marketers and also purchaser, every single thing. I do my taxes. Oh my goodness. So it is hard. I would say for any elected officer and anybody like in chamber or anybody, the important part is to show up, reach out to those people that you want to serve, and hear from them. That's, I would say, my way to collaborate.
So let's switch gears a little bit and let me know, how do you perceive the role of local government? What should they be doing?
Well, they are the ones that actually have the biggest impact in our life, immediately. The more local it is, the more impact they have. I'm knocking doors every single day, not today because I'm here with you. And when I do that, I ask them, what's important to you, to your family? What I'm running for this office, what's important, how we can make your life better, or what's bothering you, that kind of stuff. And they ask, what's going on with this construction in Chandler? My goodness, I can't get away from my house. It is either south or the left. I can't get anyway. And I felt that. I'm driving every day all around the town. It is hard. And who decides on that? Local government. They decide how to manage that thing. So those kind of issues are important to hear from them. And because the decisions they make changes your life or impacts your life immediately.
Well, and that was this follow-up to that question, what the role of local government looks like in reference to economic development and workforce here in Chandler. And you started to touch on it, and I didn't tell you that question.
Yeah, no. Workforce development, that's related to education, of course. That's an issue that I am passionate about, and that's one of the reasons that I got involved with local affairs many years ago, when I see that we could do better in our state, educating our kids. My better health, my partner, she's a public school teacher, and she's amazing, award-winning teacher. You're recording this, so she's not going to like that I'm saying this everywhere. But and also another point is, like, as I said, I moved here from another country, and when you are looking into U.S., Arizona, you're thinking, oh my God, the Americans, they solved every problems they have. They figured it out. And then you come here, you live here for so many years, you realize, well, we're doing good, very good. We have all the resources, but we can do better. And education is one of the parts that I feel like we can do better. Going back to local and related to business, I believe our business community, and we are lucky here, we are so close to ASU, U of A, NAU. You guys are in great relationship with them, and also our community college system, Maricopa. Our business community and education community work together so that our businesses have the workforce that they need immediately. And vice versa, so the kids or the students will have the jobs ready for them. They have the necessary tools, qualities to be successful and get good jobs. Like this chip industry is working so hard, and we keep hearing that they are still looking. They need more and more employees, and we should have been ready. We're working on it, but that's kind of a relationship that I think it's important, that we need to pay attention to it.
Great. So you're a retailer, and there's a national rise of retail theft all over, along with cybersecurity and other challenges that are facing businesses. How should law enforcement engage with the local business community?
There is that problem. I hear about it, I see it. I am not 100% sure if it's to the level of that we should be so worried about it, I will say, because that's based on my own experience. My business is in Chandler Mall. And then it's safe environment. Our city is safe. I'm glad to say that because that's the most important part.
Yeah.
I mean, for your business, for your home, if there is no safety, you cannot move forward. You cannot thrive. And so, again, I will go back to law enforcement should have, and in Chandler, they have a good relationship with the businesses. In Chandler Mall, I would say, they have good relationships. And they know what they are doing. And I am happy to see the results of it.
Great. So I'm going to switch gears again.
Okay.
Proposition 479 will extend the half-cent transportation tax here in Maricopa County on the November ballot. What is your position on the ballot measure in Chandler and how it affects transportation here in Chandler?
Well, I do support that for 79, and also the other one, Proposition 400, is so important.
Well, it was
for
the
us.
400 that's now
Oh
479.
no, 479. Okay, they changed the number on. No, I mean that's important, and legislature is working hard on it. Some people try to throw roadblocks on that, but I'm happy to support that. I am supporting that, and it works with the plan for Maricopa's traffic and transportation system.
Great. So we've talked a lot about growth and development, and Chandler continues to grow. Downtown development has become a real focal point for economic revitalization as well as community enhancement. It's kind of our shining star, hidden gem here in the community. It's one of many, the mall being another one and so forth. What specific strategies would you implement to balance both the historic part and the modernization part of the downtown area? And then what are some of your strategies? What would you like the vision for downtown to be?
So I was thinking about this when I was, working and knocking on doors in this neighborhood. Again, 18-year Chandler resident, I see the change. And we have a beautiful, thriving downtown right now. And it's really wonderful compared to 10 years ago. As you know, we have great businesses, a great entertainment center, I should say, with the restaurant. And the one thing I really like, we have ample amount of parking and it's free. My goodness, whatever we do, let's not change that. That's number one priority. My promise to you and the people of Chandler, your public parking will be free in Chandler downtown. So that's important. Another point that I want to mention that, of course, surrounding communities are historic communities, and they've been living here for so many years. I want their input as much as possible in this development. And another point that I start paying attention when I decided to run for this office is that new developments should be aesthetically pleasing. That's very important, not just for today, but down the road for the future when we go back and see the buildings. If we can find ways to promote this, to push this on our builders, I will be so happy. Either the apartment buildings or new construction, we need aesthetically pleasing because that attracts people. We live here. We want everything to be beautiful.
Absolutely. So, and I'm laughing about this question beforehand because you've already kind of touched on it. But we've talked about growth in Chandler experiences ongoing construction projects. And the business community often faces disruptions that can really impact their bottom line. How do you best facilitate completion in a timely manner?
Of course, every project brings different kind of requirements, strategies will be different to reach to that point. That's, again, you have to look what will be the fastest, I will say, or the least disruptive to the businesses surrounding, or if you are in a neighborhood, to the people who are living out there. That should be number one issue for me. Let's make it the quickest possible and fastest possible. Yeah, I mean quickest, fastest. Yeah, so that a couple of weeks ago, we are in Chandler. Fry Road is blocked. Chandler Boulevard is blocked, and it's weekend. Freeways are blocked. Who's going to come to the mall today? No one. We have to pay attention to that. Or can we do the work in the evening hours? How? Again, these are technical stuff. It's easy to say this, let's do this way, but I'm sure there are some requirements, there are necessities that needs to happen, but that should be the goal. Let's make it least disruptive for businesses and for the community.
So, what do you feel is the biggest challenge facing Chandler in the next couple of years or even 5 years?
Well, Chandler is a successful city, thanks to you. We're bringing a lot of investments, new companies are coming, so the city is growing. And that brings challenges, basically. Your success brings challenges. And how can we adapt to this growth? Housing comes an important part of it, I would say. How we can make this city grow and still be welcoming for newcomers and still an attractive place for businesses to invest while protecting the quality of life for everyone. And that's a challenge. Every decision that businesses will make, council, city, chamber will make some people happy, some not. But that, I would say, the biggest one. Let's keep Chandler growing, and let's keep Chandler attractive to new businesses. So people love to come here, people love to invest here, people love to move to raise their family. And that's the biggest challenge, I would say, the balancing act.
Elected, what are
Let's
your
say
top?
when elected. I heard that. That's how you have to talk. It's time.
What are your top 1 to 3 priorities?
I touched on that one, and it is more of what are the top issues for my neighbors, I would say. And I built that with the conversation that I had at the doors. Housing is important, very important. I tell you the very last talk that I had a couple of days ago. Went to this house. It's one of the houses that has a lot of acreages and everything. They had for a while. The young gentleman opened up the door, and I said, "This is what I'm doing. What's important to you?" First, he's like, "Yeah, thank you. I'll look into it." Then he's like, "Let me tell you what's important to me. I'm a software engineer. I'm lucky. I'm maybe a little bit privileged. My dad left me this house, so I can live here and everything with my, I think, fiance. But I have friends that we went high school together, Chandler, and they have the same type of business, software engineer, and they cannot afford to live here. They cannot buy a house. We're talking about high quality job out there. It's not, they pay good. And even for them, it is very hard to purchase a home and start a family. And then he mentioned one part that I was like, oh, you know your stuff. Because of new families are not building their future in the city, we're losing youngsters for the Chandler Unified School District system. The population is going down out there. And that should change. That's, I believe, one of the biggest issues that we have. Like to call it workforce housing. Like people should be able to work here and hopefully live here as much as we can make it happen. That's number one issue. Again, as a small business owner, I would like to be champion of those people. And the third one that we also mentioned, safety is important. If we'll, and that's the greatest thing about our city, and you know this country is a safe country. That gives you a chance to try. So you're not worried about your well-being, your safety, so that you can think about how to build business, how to raise my kids, how to thrive in Chandler. So those are my issues.
Well, we have just a few moments left. Is there anything else I didn't ask you or you feel is important for the business community to know about you so that they vote for you?
We touch pretty much a lot of stuff, but I would like to say that again, this is a city that I built my life. I want this city to be as inclusive as possible, as welcoming as possible for everyone, regardless of their background. I want this city to be a city that people love to start their family, however and whenever they would like to do it. I want people to invest in this community, create jobs, create businesses, and then eventually retire in dignity, you know, while enjoying the quality of life, beauty of Chandler. One last thing, I want Chandler, when people think about Arizona, I want people to think Chandler first. That's my goal. Not Phoenix, not Scottsdale. Oh, you live in Arizona, AJ? Oh, Chandler? Is that where you live? Yes. That's the point that we want to get to it.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
AJ, I'll go with candidate for Chandler City Council. I love that, Chandler.
Yes.
So
I want people to think Chandler when we talk about Arizona in US and overseas. Arizona means Chandler.
love that. Thank you so much for
Oh,
joining
thank
us.
you. It was a pleasure.